So today I designed this app in Figma with the help of Claude, and this app is done in a matter of hours with the help of Claude. This is insane for me personally because how fast the process it got. So this app is about gym streak app, logging your hours, logging your exercises, reps and weights, whatever you want to log, and manage your streaks. So this is a simple app to, get away from those gamification, just to have a simple app to log your exercises. So let's dive into it and see how it works and what's the process I follow while making this app. So on the screen, you see the problem statement. The problem is most people don't fail at fitness because they are lazy. They fail because the existing app make tracking feel like a second job. Fitness apps are built for optimizers, not for the person just trying to show up consistently. Who it affects the restarters, because someone who has tried more than 3+ apps quit within a week each time and now believe they are not a consistent person. They just don't need more feature. They need less friction. They want simplicity, not complications. Root causes is mostly app demands, reps, sets, weight, calories, friction before the habit even has a chance to form. Social pressure, friend features, and leaderboard create performance anxiety instead of, personal accountability and consistency. Shame on miss. One missed day wipes the streak with no recovery path. Punishment kills momentum fast. Wrong audience. Complex UI reward power users. Beginners feel like failures before they even started. So the insight is consistency is not equal to complexity, right? So habit of showing up is the most hardest part, and that's what we are going to solve with this app. And this is a cool idea for me. I might have launched this app on Play Store, but so this is what we are solving, that single tab workout log that makes did I work out today the only quotient that matters, and answers it with a streak that builds identity, not anxiety. Now what we need is some kind of user stories and some kind of factual things that we need to build before going to the user flows and user journey. So I have already a little bit written it down, the user stories, just because I cannot do it on this, in this video, because user stories takes a lot of time. But what I can show is all these user stories are done by Figma with Claude in terms of design. I just wrote it down. So I'll just go through fast in these user stories. This means the main core user stories is version 1V, for MVP. Quick log. As a returning user, I want to log today's workout in one tab so that I can maintain my streak without interruption. First time clarity. As a user, I want to understand what this app does in 10 seconds so I can decide if it's worth trying or not. And all the, this is acceptance criteria, log complete and text, pre-filled with last workout type, single tap to confirm, things like that. There's a visual motivation. As a habit builder, I want to see my streak visually so that I can feel motivated to keep going. Streak number prominent in home, fire emoji, and, things like that. I was thinking while I was writing these stories. There's all these stories are here, and now there's some edge cases that is maybe related to late logging decision, needed. As a user who forgot to log yesterday, I want to backfill a workout so that my streak isn't broken by a late logging. This is a pro for forgives honest mistakes, and con could enable fake streaks, but it's fine because streak is not the only thing that matters. It matters what you log. And this is milestone recognition. As a user with long streak, I want to see milestones, celebrations, 7, 30, 60, 100 days so that I feel recognized consistency. There are celebration milestones, but they are not gamified version or ledger board or something that gives you anxiety. And so these are some of the, overview for the user stories. There are some anti-stories for this. Is this social pressure? We will know friend features, leaderboards, or sharing, as I told you, is, complex for, tracking and things like that. Variable integrations is something that I don't want is to be connected with any smartwatch or Apple Watch, because that creates more complexity in the app, and we might have in future, but right now for the MVP I'm not adding that. So these are few anti-users, so you can pause the video and look on what are these. There are multiple user personas that is also done by Claude. I just added over here just to make sure that everything is clear, because I don't want to go from each and every step in this video. So users roles is like primary user is the restarter, tried fitness app before and things like that, and jobs to be done for himself is proof to myself I can stick with something, prove see visible progress, and remove friction from tracking, easy tracking system. So what I want is there's this optimizer that's the anti-persona. This app is not for this person who wants to track macros, heart rate, PR attempts, wants detailed analytics, these charts, graphs, and trends. These, why not for them? Because these strong fit body, or maybe this kind of app is already in the app stores and our app is too simple for their needs. That's okay, because we are not for everyone. Not every app is for everyone. So this is a simple straightforward app. I'm going to give this user stories, and by giving this, I mean what I can do is you can copy a link from here, or you can just press Command L and you see the section link copy to the clipboard. Now our user stories are copied basically for Claude. We go. Now what I want to say to the Claude is, this is my user stories for gym streak app, right? And this is my problem statement for the app. Now I've already connected Figma with the Claude, as I explained how it's done in the previous part 1 video. If you haven't watched it, please do. Now, I am telling Claude each and everything what I want it to be at the first. So now we are in the section 3 of our video. That is basically for user flows and information architecture. What I want Claude to do is generate me user journey and user flows by using my user stories. There are multiple skills that I told in the previous video that you can upload and install by plugin in the Claude that would help Claude to understand it better and design better, obviously. So what I want is create user journey and user flow inside this FigJam file, where everything should be clear, smartly done, caters all the edge cases, anti-stories, and keeping in mind that it's MVP, but a simple app. Now, this is the file. File is right below. Now, if you need any clarification, let me know first. If you think they're actually no. So this is what we are doing with the co-work, not with the chat. So that's what the part is. Sorry. Okay. This is one mistake I have done. Actually, I accidentally used Fable 5, which I did not want to use because it's gonna consume all my credits. But it's fast, so Hopefully it would do something better. So it's now asking me Edge Story 7, late logging, should user be able to backfill yesterday's missed workout? The flow needs to be concrete branches. So it's asking me to how much backward he can log. So I think 1 day is fine, 1 or 2 days. And Edge Story 9, multiple workouts, yes, you can, +1 max. I think both personas should be restarted only. Something else. Okay, it's recommending, so let's see what it's doing. Now it's asking me, does the MVP require an account or can users start logging with zero sign up? So I think it's good. The Claude is asking me. So I think no sign up local first is a great starter point. Later we can add accounts and things like that. We want to make things simple for the users first. So let Claude do the magic because these kind of stuff takes, hours or maybe weeks sometimes just to have a right user flow on the screen used to, because obviously there are a lot of minds have different kind of ideas, but when you have a picture that this is the workflow or this is the information architecture, this is the user flow, now you have clarity. Okay, so there is some maybe we are missing something in here, or this is not the right flow or right user journey, and we should add this, we should concise this. You can do a lot of thing when you see something in front of you. It's much clearer. And when AI does something, it's not perfect, is obviously has some flaws, and you add it on top of the layer where what added, AI added. Sometimes AI do a very short job, or especially sometimes Claude. So be aware of that. This happens, and this is something that's very common, and you should not rely on these things. This is the sole purpose of this video, is just to make sure that you can use this from the scratch and to create an app, MVP, and you can have your own idea into, in front of you. And then you can decide, okay, so you should work on it or not, or you should improve it, because AI can take a lot of credit and it's not, human intelligence. What sometimes AI would push back you, and Claude does it a lot, that you should not do this. And your audience would love to have this, because emotional intelligence that Claude does not have. So in some scenario, you have to deny the AI intelligence and you use your intelligence in those kind of scenarios. It's just, a tip. Now, it's using the skill that I have already uploaded over here. I think it's almost done because it's showing me the Figma. All right. Allow for this task. I think you should also know how to read this. If it asks me again, I'll show you what it's, usually asked about when it's confirming what it's going to do. It should not fail to set up. I don't know. It should not do that. It should not. Sometimes it does this kind of stuff that is not unable to reach Figma sometimes, and it goes back and hit the API again, but it does cost you credit. So beware when it's happening again and again. So just restart your computer, disconnect Figma and reconnect it again. So this does help, save some credits for you while you are using Claude. Save credit for sessions. So it's done. Both are live in your gym flow board, verified with a screenshot, no overlaps, everything readable, user journey and user flow. So one thing to flag, since you asked me not to just agree, here's remap list, delete account, but we logged in, no sign up. So I put delete that and setting instead. Worth updating that the story card so the two artifacts don't contradict with each other, which is very smart of it. So it's simple that we haven't allowed it and I added the account one. So okay, that's fine. Okay, so what it does, let me see. All right, that is something very interesting. So now this is all done by Claude and it looks amazing to me, even if I have to manage it. Primary persona, this is a restarter for, and this is user journey. And now what it discover, first open, first log, habit, the miss, and recovery. These are the steps that our users going to follow. So this is the journey for our users. So first they're going to discover our app wherever. So sees Jim Strick app is store, maybe on Facebook, maybe on someone is loving the app and shared the link. Now it's going to be discovering this and maybe thinking one more try if it needs a spreadsheet amount. I mean, it does a pretty great job over here. It's how it was feeling skeptical, low expectation, no emotional investment. Okay. Now, what the pain point is, it expects another bloated tracker. Store screenshots must not look complex. So this is a pain point that we need to solve when we are launching our app. The screenshots, on App Store or Play Store should be very clear and should not look complicated. So that's what users see, and you might see as well. An opportunity, store listing sells one promise, one tap a day, no feature list. That should be it. All right, that's great. Does a great job. First open. Okay, opens app, 2 onboarding screens. Okay, 2 onboarding screen, tap, skip, lands on home in seconds. All right, so it means 2 screens for the onboarding, which means just 2 screens, not more than that. Just tap or skip and then go just logged in on whatever you wanted. So no sign up, no forms. That's what it's thinking. Okay, that's different. That's what the user's thinking. Now feeling is relief, no friction, things like that. Now pain point is any sign up form or permission wall here is equal to instant uninstall, which is a very great pain point for me. Like to solve, not for me. Yeah, so no sign up, local first, value prop on screen 1, skip always visible. That's amazing idea for this. Now first log is finishing a workout and finishes the workout and opens an app and taps big log button, confirms done. What is thinking, wait, that looks that took 5 seconds. That's the whole thing. That should be it. And pain point is solving is mandatory workout type quiz would break. These are the other apps are doing. So that's what we're not going to do. We are going to show pre-filled optional instant streak, and just in a second, a moment on confirm. Now on habit, this is day 2, and logs daily, watch streak, climb, hit day 7, milestone celebration. I don't want to lose this streak, quick log it. This is what is thinking, and this is what is feeling. Proud, streak becomes something to protect. Busy days, forgets to log, pain point, this is busy days, forget to log, even though they did a workout, they should have an option to backfill. This is exactly what we're looking for. Similarly, skips a day work, opens the gym next morning, dreading it. Here we go, it's going to be tell me I fail. So the users might be thinking that here we go, it's going to tell me I failed again. Guilt is the feeling, and plus fear, the make or break moment for the product is. But the pain point is the harsh streak, lost message confirms their failure story, and they quit or it should not be based on motivation like these. This is why we have opportunity for gentle copy. Longest streak stays visible, backfill offered, upfront. Recovery. Now this is, backfills yesterday from the calendar or restarts, browses 30-day view. Now this is something very interesting, and I am, stunned because I did not expect this good of a content. But Now, there is this concept, this garbage in, garbage out. So I give Claude a good problem statement and good set of user stories. Now Claude is building up upon that. So now Claude is not making mistakes because it knows what I have provided it, and I provided pretty good data for the starters. So now it's, using it for its own advantage and giving great solutions, right? Okay, so this is a user journey for the starter. And I think this is enough for our app right now. Now it has done a user flow for our MVP. And I look at this. This could have easily took me like 4 to 5 hours just to figuring it out. Not because I cannot do this early, because you need more clarity and you need to go back and forth, user stories, user journey, problem statement, discussing with your partner, whatever, whoever you work with, or get an idea with other people. Now it's done in like 10 minutes maximum. Like, it's amazing. Like, even if I want to change something, it's not going to take me a lot of time because I have most of the picture. So now let's go into the flow. This is the app launch. First launch is for, okay, so this is the first launch. This is the decision. Like, if the first launch is this, then it's going to be, if yes, then it's going to be here. The first time is going to be onboarding, value prop, 2 screen max. Amazing. Optional reminder, opt-in. If there is, I don't think so it needs optional reminder, but let's see. And if it skips any time, it should home streak, go to the home and streak count plus big log button. I agree. That's what I wrote in user stories. Reflect and manage is when home streak you log something already. So the calendar, last 30 days, settings, reminder, delete data, day details, all the things is going to be there. It's for reflecting. Now, in case of no missed yesterday. Okay, so it means like it's not a first launch and missed yesterday. So in that kind of scenario, what we have is missed the recovery, general message, longest streak till shown, workout yesterday, yes or no, fresh start, streak no, 0, or maybe yes, then backfill yesterday and the streak restored and go to the home. That's amazing. Now, if it's no completely, then it's just show the home streak with log button with empty yesterday. And empty yesterday would be, this. Now, this is one thing that is also added is this line is going towards over here. Now, daily log. And daily log is basically whenever you log something, by pressing log button, tap log, type free field or optional changed, confirm one tap, save locally, sync when online. First log today, yes, streak +1. Second, add it to the history only, because obviously if you are doing multiple exercises, for example, you start strength training in the morning and walk on the 5,000 steps in the evening, so you are going to add 2, but it's not going to add on the streak. That's something. And maybe you can add milestone 7:30, and if you hit the milestone, it'll show you that you have hit the milestone and celebrated, and confetti over there. Celebration screen is going to there. And no, so then it'll go back to home. Just simple, straightforward, greatly executed by Claude. I would say that this is like done in a 10-minute kind of stuff. Amazing. So now what we have here is problem statement, user journey, user flow. Now we have all the data to start and go to our phase 4. What's the phase 4 is to design an app. Now what we can do here is we can ideate just by wireframing, or we could go to directly on the high fidelity. There are 2 options, both are fine. If you have much more clarity like we have here, we should not go to the wireframe. If if you have a bigger team and have multiple ideas, then maybe, but right now we don't need it. So I will ask Claude to design it directly. I'm not doing anything. I'm just using my, emotional intelligence where it's going to break, where I'm going to improve in the main design file. So the main job was in this thing was to have a correct problem statement and right set of user stories. And that's something, a whole different topic to how to write user stories. If you want to know about that, let me know. I'll make another video how to write user stories and how to write problem statement with clarity. Now you have clarity. You now need to design mobile app screens. For this, no need to be very flashy, but a good design create animations if needed, prototype later. First, only design screens for every case and user stories plus personas. Here you can add your designs. I'm totally relying on actually. So this is the section I'm giving to Claude to work on. This is a nice way to give it a section, because sometimes it places your design in some weird places and it doesn't work properly. So select this, okay, give it like this. I hope it doesn't consume my all credits. So it's asking me what theme should be we are using, dark theme, light theme, both. I think dark theme would be good because everyone changed it to the dark theme. Accent color for the streak. There's a good one. Flame orange, that's definitely. I'm using all the Claude intelligence and I'm taking decision of in charge. So I might change a lot of in design, but mostly I would be happy because I already cleared all of the stuff for the Claude in terms of clarity. But it does make a lot of shitty mistakes in terms of layouting. So let's see how it goes. A good thing about this Claude with working this add its own tasks like inspect design page, build onboarding, home screens, build log flow screens, recovery. So it's assigning, it's breaking the task into little chunks and assigning itself to start from this, that, and that. This is why Claude is very great in terms of doing complex tasks rather than other AI agents or whatever you call it, maybe Gemini and ChatGPT. ChatGPT does great job in terms of image, and obviously Gemini is a king in Nano Banana. But in terms of complex tasks, Claude is really good. But the problem is Fable and Opus 4.8 just consumes a lot of credit. That's something that you need to think. I usually use Sonnet 4.6. Because it does a great job usually, and when I got stuck or I want something very flashy or something that I want to experiment, I would use Fable. But other than that, I would not even touch Fable or Opus 4.8 even. So yeah. Okay, it has designed us the 13 screens that are live in our file, onboarding, logging, recovery, and all the related screens to that. Two honest caveats. Colors are consistent and not bound Figma variables. Your DoD says design tokens used, so that's the gap to close before dev handoff. I would do it when we componentizing for prototyping or loading scales. Failure spinner aren't drawn yet for a local first app. They are nearly moot, but DoD list items, so flag it or cut it consciously. Okay. Next time we're ready, wire prototype, connections, and add macro animations, straight count up, and things like that. Okay. Let's go to the Figma. Oh my god. That looks sick, man. That looks sick for starters. Okay. This is one tap a day. That's the whole app. Log that you moved. Watch your streak grow. No reps, no calories. There are some, issues with this. Okay, I can fix it like this. It's too edgy right now. And now it's better in terms of or maybe I would use this like this. Get started and just let me log. That's something. If we click get started, then I will either want a daily nudge, a quiet reminder, no guilt trips, change or mute at any time. This is what it does. This is pretty neat, and I think what we do is just center align this, make this a little bit bigger so it looks nice. That's cool, and that's it. Now we are on the home page, I guess. Yes, the home page. Gym's recap. We don't have any logo right now. That's fine. No streak yet. One workout starts today. Counts from the first tab. Okay, so this is our first. Okay, and if there are streaks, active streaks, this is how it's going to look. So we might have some icon for this for the center. Now if you logged, then this is the screen. Let me clarify this. Log your workout. When you log it, this is how it's going to be. That's cool. I counted today. This one goes this for like additional multiple workouts we discussed. Log your workout. Just type gym, walk 15 to 20 minutes, how it feel. Okay. Note. Alright. This is one for feel. That's pretty cool. Now, okay. This is all good. Now, what is missing is, from my perspective, I might have, skipped or forgot to tell the Claude that if I want to go back and see that what exercise and what weight I lift like last Friday or last chest day on bench press, I should be able to do that. And that's something that I missed. I think that should be in this because sometimes I want to see what I forget what exercise I did at what weight or rep. So yeah, that's something that we need to add in this. And right now we just have to fix that first. So I'll ask that to Claude because that's something Claude is doing a good job right now. I'll improve the design later, but it just right now is doing great. So can you add something related to if I want to add my exercises and call back or see what how much I lifted or walked, I think, last week or time for this specific exercises. Now, this is those kind of scenarios that I forgot something. And now let's see how Claude responds to that after designing this all the stuff. This is why it is very important when you are deciding things at first. But this does happen. You find things in between, the designing process that this is missing. So that's fine. You just have to go and push back. Oh, okay, so this is saying me this collides your head on with your own anti-stories. No reps, no set, no weight training. All right, so what I want in this is just so that's our primary real gap. Restarter days on just getting about what am I getting better? Yes. I don't want a full exercise tracking. I want this decides whether we better break your complex anti-story. So that's a version of this source memory without demanding data entry. Analogy that embody remembers what you benched last week and a coach clipboard something to I think recall card is something optional to add. Full exercise maybe is something it's not something I want. Let's see what it does. I ask it to do it in a line and in history. Okay, so it has done. Let's see what it has done. So let me make this big. Now we have logging screen. It has the last time. It has what I did. Maybe something like this. Exercise details. This is optional, but reps, weight, etc. And it should not be that. Okay, that's something. Now it's going to remind that person that the same day if he's doing exercise, for example, on Friday he do chest day. So whenever he's going to log, then it's going to remind him that this is what it is. And in the history, it's going to be when it's going to be shown. You can click on this and what it does, and it will show you what it does and view all the history, which is amazing. Works for me, and this is what I wanted. To be honest, this app is simple, clean. I know I can add flashy items into these screens and make it more flashy, but from the MVP perspective, it looks very clean. It does have a little bit, things that needs to improve, but I think it's already there. I think what it needs is something like this. This is your day where you want to log in, and this is not center. Is it? Okay. It's early here. This is where it is. Now it looks a little bit more cleaner. So this is good. This is good for me to work on it. So what I would ask Claude next, just to go faster. I think we should have wire and micro animations for now. And then, because this is the app that is on an MVP stage, I don't want to get into the design system and create everything, but I would love to be created color tokens, so it's easier for any. Please create variables for color tokens. Sorry. As well, and utilize in design. So now we are almost close what we are trying to achieve from Claude, and I might have want to add some more things into this. For example, so what Claude didn't do is add some, images, something to connect. Here it's fine, and it looks a little plain right now. It's clean, but it's plain. It's good, but for onboarding, we might have something a little bit more flashy, but it's completely fine. It's own personal choice on the design. I mean, it looks completely okay for me, to be honest. I would have designed a similar way, maybe add some more, items in terms of UI, but it would take me good 2 days at least just to figure it out and design this stuff. For example, in the login details, if I add exercise, now it's giving me 60 kgs, and what I did is, like, for example, in bench press, whenever I did, it's giving me how many reps I did, which is pretty insane to me. Like, it's great. Now, for example, this one thing is missing in this. Right now, it's bench pressing is 60 kgs. It's already added details, all right? And I want to add my weight, okay? But this UI does not giving me an option how many, reps I did. Like, it's showing me there, but how do I input my reps? So I would add that, and I'll ask Claude, to be honest. At this point, I'm being lazy. I think Claude is working on this, so let's see. No, it has added 7. Okay, let's see what it has done. I need to see first. So here are our, okay, so assets, tools, and variables. It has made us background surface, borders, text, accents, successes, all the primitives, all right, and give them a name. And I think it has used based version for these. Okay, that's fine, because I don't want to get into 3-layer semantics. Okay, now it working. It has string count up. It has added micro interactions and motion spec for development. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll run this, see how it works, even if it works. Oh, cool. It has this one tap a day, get started. No, it's not now. Maybe reminder. This is free. It takes like 10 log workout. So this is how log workout looks. So I can add exercise, bench press, save details, or skip, just log it, save details, and done. Pretty cool. Like, longest 21 days, it is showing me log today and add another workout. It's pretty cool. And I can add another workout. That's amazing for me too, awesome. Only what I was missing is actually going from here to here. I just ask Claude. It's missing rep optional field. Input. Any kind of exercise. Let's see what it's going to do, because I'm thinking what is missing over here is just, for example, if I add an exercise, for example, I went for swimming and I did for like good 60 minutes. I want to add something over here, 60 minutes of swimming, 1 hour of swimming, and should be able to add that. And if I'm, adding, strength training or weighted workouts, so then I should be able to add kgs and reps of pounds or kgs, whatever you use for that scenario. And you should be able to customize this, because this is what is missing right now. So this happens with AI sometimes, because we assume it's doing a lot of things, but sometimes we are not clear enough for AI to give the right terms of information. I'm amazed that Fable 5 does not run out of credits, but it's doing a great job. And now I'm afraid, because I might have jinxed it. Now it has done 2 more things. That's pretty good, which is saying that fixing the meta type, this is this, and this could be anything: time count or reps distance, 3 changes, dynamic input errors, add details, new exercise, picker where you choose or to track, and generalize history screen. So which is, which makes more sense in terms of what I wanted to do. Now it has been fixed according to. Alright, what it has done is new exercise screen, which is asking weight reps, distance, time, count, laps. That is amazing. That's something I was not expecting. Okay. Now, if it's weight and reps and I add exercise, then it's, it should be name something exercise, and now it's showing this. Okay. Now, other thing that it has added over here, it's not showing. Okay. What I would ask is, it's missing screens for other types of exercises. I'm not gonna do this. Let AI handle this. So, exercises when inputting the values. Also, I can't see how would I add reps in weighted one. These are the corners cases that you need to think before, jumping into the code, because that's what developers or any person who is coding requires. Now it's working on it. Let's see how it goes. I think I'll burn all my credits today. I'm doing this for you guys. I think it's going to be fast because it knows what it's working on, what it has designed already, and has all the context, and don't have to back and forth with all the values and things, because it already is in memory and it's a context window. Now, as it's saying that it has distance, time applying something, weighted reps and everything it has done for it. Let's see if it's updated. Okay. Now we're showing something. Running, plank, swimming, laps. That's something that you want to log into your system. That's something good. Now it requires just one thing. Okay, so let's see how prototype is working now. I think I'll use this. Counter laps. So done. Okay. Exercise, maybe weight or reps. Okay. Now it was whenever I click on this card, it should be showing this. Okay, that's amazing. That works for me. That's actually going to. So it's saying to me is right now is a details wrap. Okay. There should be another screen. Logged exercise. Details. What it would do is it just, instead of this, it'll show this. Actually, not this. and it should have some kind of color right there. So now it's this. This is how it's going to be. Okay, so it still says it's optional, but I'm not sure. I've added optional option because it's something that you don't want to put on the face of the user. So now it has done all of these steps. Now what I want from it, from its own perspective, I think video is getting longer, but we'll just skip to right to the end. What I want right now is the next phase of ours is to get audit and accessibility and usability issues in this app. All right, so now your final task is to do usability and app audit. Let me first know issues if it has any. So what I ask is to give us accessibility issues if we have any, give us usability issues we didn't take it through, because right now we are making video and obviously I'm not testing on the phone. So also give an app audit detail, so that would help us understand what we're missing, and then we'll fix it later when we are going for grooming sessions for devs before that. Alright, it's done. It has used this skill for usability, app audit, and accessibility, and has generated as report. It has found 15 issues, 3 critical, 7 major, and 5 minor. Okay. So color contrast issues, computed, not eyeballed, which is, for example, optically maybe it's fine, but computationally level it's not fine. So secondary services, I think it's fine. Button labels, let me see. Okay, if I put on white, no, button labels are fine. Flame links are fine. I think these are fine. The critical is only tertiary text, false contrast 7. Okay. Maybe delete data, delete execute with no confirmation step, one misstep. All right, this is very critical because it does not ask for confirmation message. Input boundaries, note fields, if entry or once you against the background, low vision. Okay, major issues are gear, back arrows. I think these are the issues that I would literally do it myself, but let's sure do it. Let ask, these are the issues that have already been identified by it, so I'm not going to change much in these. And definitely those are very important. The confirmation steps and things like that is the most important, because this is fine. This works perfectly here and there. It looks great. Actually, it works very good in every kind of scenario. I think we are on the final stages now in our app, and we have done pretty good research. So I think we should wrap our video on this, because this is just a small nitty-gritty details that needs to be changed. But overall, you get the idea how it's done when you are designing an app from scratch, from an idea. You just have a problem statement, some user stories. You throw it out on, throw it on Claude, and it does all the legwork for you, for the admin work, all the stuff that requires attention. You can do it manually, interfere with it, work with the Claude, use it as an assistance, and make your app. Now, it works perfectly in my case, in my scenario, because we are generating it from the scratch. I have given it the stories, problem statements, anti-stories, anti-personas, which is solving a lot of problems that people don't have when they are providing to the Claude. They just ask to build this app for me, and this is what I'm thinking, this is the idea. From the startup point of view, any entrepreneur in the world does not work on idea. They work on the problem. From the problem, there comes multiple ideas, and you work on one idea. Because I had the problem to log my daily workouts, and that's what it led me to design this in a certain way. It should simple. I might maybe in later do changes in app, but most of it is going to be same, but a little bit UX things that I think maybe I'll improve. Other than that, you get overall how it works when you already know user flows, user journey, where it feels more, when user has more anxiety, more doubts, more fear, then at those screens you have to choose your words very wisely, use your design CTAs very, very neat, clean, and clear-cut throat that solves all the anxiety of the user. That's what the goal is. Right now it has done an amazing job from user flow, user journey, creating an app design, finding issues, work with me. What I found, like, these are the missing cases. I have added few screens, added mix and match things that has helped me build this app simply, and I think it has enabled us to do a lot more in a lot less time. To be honest, if I would be doing this all the legwork by myself, it would take me a week from the problem statement, user stories, user journey, user flows, wireframing, design, auditing. I think it could be weeks if we are designing it from that perspective. So that's something that is, I think AI is acing. It's just pacing you up, and then you add your layer, your flavor, your element into those apps and into those, fixing those things. Maybe sometimes AI do a shit job, but sometimes it does like this. It's a pretty good job. It doesn't work when you don't have clarity, you don't have any idea, you don't know what you're doing. It doesn't do, because if you are putting garbage in, it will always put garbage out. It's not a magical tool. It does work on the data information, and it does not have creativity. You have to tell it, like, for example, I have this goal that it has simple and it should have less anxiety. This does not came Claude give me this idea, because it doesn't have this emotional intelligence. It doesn't know what to do. It just give you some things from the data that has been trained on. So that's something that you have to look for. Even if you're designing some complex things that sometimes I design and it does very, whack job, because complex scenarios does, increase the risk of doing more failures by Claude, because sometimes you have no idea when you're working in big SaaS companies and someone in your company told you that use Claude for this, use Claude for that, but it doesn't work like that. For example, it's a simple app. It's a 17 screens, 18 screens app, which can be validated by any user, because any fitness user, which I think it's very easy to find. But when you are in a big SaaS company, and it's business to business, then the research is hard. Then to understand the problem is hard. To find the people who are having this problem, their emotions related to that specific instance is hard. Then that's where Claude breaks, and that's where your intelligence comes in and clarify all the issues. And then if you have a clarity and write it down properly, and then give it to the Claude, then it might be able to help you, and it will help you in a smaller chunks, like smaller components, smaller models, buttons, maybe one component of the whole screen to work on. Right now it has done a great job, but it has some limitations when we are dealing with big complex SaaS applications. So now you all know that how Figma and Claude works together in the design workflow. This is a very refined workflow that I showed, and there could be a lot of exercises in terms of utilizing data. For example, if I have a design research and I have done like 50 interviews, I can give it to Claude and it could make me a good set of sorted list of what is the problem, of what is the emotion attached to it. It could do that. So imagine things like that and think out of the box and wait for another video, because I'm making a lot of good videos right now. So stay tuned, follow me, subscribe if you want to, if you like this video, and comment down below if what you want. See you, sign out.